I quit on my second day because I was lied to at my interview. Hey all. I'm new to the sub, but just 30 minutes ago I quit on the spot on my second day. Yesterday was my first day working as an apprentice for a restoration company doing reconstruction. At my interview I was told that I would be working from 7:30 to 4 o'clock, 4:30 at the latest, Monday to Friday, plus I would have to be on call 3 to 4 times a month to do emergency work. For example, the on-call would be for if somebody drove a car through a wall and the house was in danger of collapse. We would go out and do a board up just to keep the structure safe. Well, yesterday, my first day, at 3:30 p.m. my lead and I get called to do a board up for that exact reason, edit, while not on call, /edit. My lead tells me it should just be an hour or two and then we could go home. So I'm thinking, cool, overtime right off the jump. Come 6:15 p.m. we are still working and I ask roughly how much longer we might be here. My lead tells me we still have at least 1.5 hours of work left and an hour of clean up. So T6:30 I simply told him as politely as I could. I am leaving. This isn't what I agreed to. I have a wife at home that was supposed to start her work from home job at 6 and a 2-month-old son I need to take care of while she works. And even if my wife didn't have a job to start, I still want to spend time with my son. I absolutely will not miss him growing up because of a stupid job. Today when I walked in they told me I wasn't fired, but they berated me in front of the entire reconstruction department. So I said thanks, but no thanks, and walked out. I wouldn't have had the guts to stand up for myself if it wasn't for the posts I commonly see in this sub. Be well everybody and take care of yourselves and your families. Edit. Forgot to add. I wasn't on call and being only call doesn't start till your second month. The reason my lead and I were sent was because the guy who was actually on call said he didn't feel like going. And my leader never says no. My boss tried to talk my 15-year-old coworker out of his break. I convinced him to take it. My young coworker asked out supervisor today, should I take my break now or wait until later? My boss responded saying it's an optional 15-minute break, you're kind of a bitch for wanting it at all, and he walked away. I told my coworker to go take his break, because it's the only company benefit he gets. We don't have insurance, PTO, nothing, so I wasn't about to let my boss bully him out of his 15-minute break. He realized I was right and happily took his break. A 35-year-old bullying a 15-year-old out of a 15-minute break is just so shitty. I'm a massive bitch. Does that mean I get 15 extra minutes? He learned 2 valuable lessons. Don't trust a manager and use your benefits while you've got them. It's an optional 15-minute break, you're kind of a bitch for wanting it at all. I want to think that this isn't true. But it probably is. Boss quit while I was on shift. I was in the middle of my shift at a mall Cinnabon. Normally my manager works with me and my coworker, and he usually is a good boss, but lately he's been a no-show and he just called me randomly and said to post the week's rotation by 3 and to find a new manager. I just feel like this is just a really abrupt dick move and he had no right to put that responsibility onto me, and I absolutely do not get paid enough for this. It puts you in a bad spot, but TBH, he didn't owe anyone anything. He didn't sign his life away. I tried to quit my job yesterday but they didn't accept. Now what? So I have been following the guidelines out on me by SSI as I am disabled but work part-time. However, I just lost my SSI because they decided I was making too much. Less than $1,000 between the two. So I went to quit my job so I can reapply for benefits, but they wouldn't accept it and basically said I need to find coverage instead. LOL, they don't get to choose whether you quit or not. I quit. I will no longer be coming here after X date. End of story. Resubmit your resignation today, and if they say anything respond with say whatever you want, but I'm resigning. My last day will be X, or it can be right now. They are not in control of the situation, you are. I would quit with proof, and if they don't accept it, just stop showing up on my stated quitting date. I wouldn't even debate or anything. You can keep paying me if you want, that is okay with me. 37 cents. Decided to try Uber Eats while I'm out of work for a couple weeks. I drove for 4 hours. Did 8 deliveries. 3 of 8 people tipped. After 8 deliveries, I'd made a whopping $30.97. Filled up my tank to go home. $30.60. 4 hours of my life for 37 cents. And accounting for my car's depreciation, it cost me money to drive for Uber Eats. Fuck this gig economy bullshit. Yo, it gets worse. Are you considering that what you got paid hasn't been taxed yet? Edit. Okay. After about 826,252,940,691 comments, I'm going to address it. Yes, mileage and business expenses are deductible. It was a joke about getting taxed on the 37 cents. My wife's employer decided to take her paycheck back after it was deposited. Updates at the end. Her payroll was fully deposited on the 10th as per usual. She's paid twice a month, and I got paid yesterday. Paid all our bills and payments on cards. Get word today that they are taking everyone's payroll back, no reason why. Office manager is completely in the dark. I happened to get off work early today and I checked the account. Sure enough, there was a pending transaction for her office's reversal and putting our account negative over $500. I went straight to the credit union and explained the situation and asked if there was any way to stop them from doing that. They tell her put a stop payment on it and block them from being able to withdraw money from our account ever again. She wasn't sure if we caught it in time, but we'll find out tomorrow if they did. In the meantime, the office manager is trying to reach a resolution by the end of the day. I'm fucking absolutely pissed. I'm fairly certain that has got to be against the law to just withdraw money like that without our consent. It's not like the payroll was pending, they straight up are robbing our account. Update 1. Getting to the bank yesterday and stopping payment worked. Everyone else is still screwed today. They're waiting until they get a valid reason, there won't be one, as to why it happened. I really can't recommend enough to them, and my wife, to take action against them. But ultimately it's up to them and I hope they do what's best for them. Update 2. Wife just got a text from the manager. Owner says the payroll app reversal won't be fixed for 5 days, so is bringing in physical checks in on Monday. No action answer as to WTF was going on. Update 3. They are blaming the payroll app. TBF is a third-party app. Apparently there was a payroll reversal happening at another company and they included my wife's office in it. I guess I can buy it, but seems awfully convenient to blame them. I'd hope if this seriously is the case they drop the app immediately. If they don't, then I don't buy it. If the money does get withdrawn, I'd be sending the employer a bill for every bank fee you get for being in negative. Oh, for sure. I already told my wife they are going to have to cover the fees. That's not on us. They are short on cash and not paying you. They might be shuttering the place. I would tell her to get all of her work product, coworkers' personal contact info, referrals form, supervisors, etc. as though she is quitting/being fired. Tell her to go in and demand a payoff of accrued vacation time as a compensation. Call the Department of Labor and maybe the IRS/local tax board, and let them know what is going on. They might be able to help. Edit. Consult a labor attorney on Monday and she can tell you next steps. In a lot of places employment attorneys are free or sliding scale. Don't wait and see. Start to figure out your game plan this weekend. There is some very good advice in the comments below. Good luck to you. Hey. I love you. Thanks for watching. I hoped you enjoyed this Reddit audio story. It would mean a lot to me if you could like and subscribe, or better yet, leave a comment about one of the stories. Thanks, and I hope you have a wonderfully fantastic day. XOXO.